Sir, once again welcome to accountancy class, grade 12. So last two sessions we discussed about forfeiture of shares. Under that we discussed issue at par. At the time of issue at par, how the company considered for the forfeiture of shares. Similarly, issued at premium. Under this issued at premium, there are two possibilities. Isn't it? One is whether premium has been received, how you are going to give the effect about forfeiture of shares. Suppose premium has not been received, how you have to give the effect. That's what we discussed about journal entries. Now, the next one is, the thing is what? Reissue of forfeited shares. Then what is the meaning of reissue of forfeited shares? So as a company definitely raise capital. That's why they are giving for the purpose of come to the public for issue of shares to get capital to run the business. So any forfeiture of shares, what will happen? Company shortage of fund. So naturally they are again looking forward for the reissue of that particular forfeited shares. So during that time, how you are going to give the recording the transaction at the time of reissue of forfeited shares? Now understood. That's why the company definitely required capital. For that, they once again reissue the shares what they forfeited earlier. Okay. The heading is reissue of forfeited shares. Very important heading after that forfeited shares. Here, what is the meaning of reissue of forfeited shares? It means what? Selling the shares. This word is very important. Selling the shares that were cancelled by the company. Correct. So earlier, company cancelled the shares because of non-payment of calls by the shareholders. So due to default of that non-payment of calls, company forfeited shares. That particular forfeiture of shares, for example, 200 shares, company forfeited. The 200 shares, once again, company going to reissue or selling the shares. You understood the meaning of reissue of forfeited shares? See here, these shares may be reissued. I think meaning is what? Sold by the company on the terms as it may be decided. On the terms as it may decide. What are the terms? It may be at par. At par means even 10 rupees, same nominal face value, or at premium. Premium means, as you know, more than the nominal face value, then discount. Nothing but 8 rupees. As a 10 rupees face value of shares, at par means same face value of the shares. What earlier we issued for the issued at par like 10 rupees, same we can issue at par, or more than the nominal value 2 rupees, or less than the nominal value discount. To understand the meaning of different terms, again company can reissue of forfeited of shares. So very important here, reissue of what? Shares, forfeited shares. That's why the word is very important. Reissue of forfeited shares. Okay. That's what the three different terms company has may decide. Maybe at par, maybe at premium. Premium is nothing but more than the nominal face value or at discount. Then, see, the amount of discount allowed on reissue of forfeited shares should not exceed the amount for forfeited on reissue of shares. Should be very, very important. They are going to issue a discount. That is very important. See, if forfeited shares are reissued at discount, what the terms are going to follow? The amount of discount allowed on reissue of forfeited shares should not exceed the amount for forfeited and reissued of shares. So when you do the problem, you really understood. Then what is the meaning of discount? So definitely not more than the nominal face value. That too, you can't, maximum discount you have to permit. That is a very, very important point. That price should not exceed the amount for forfeited and reissued of shares. Okay, understood this point. Now, we are going to see journal entries for the different times. For example, reissued at par. What is journal entry will be? See here, as a bank account debtor, how much you are going to debit it. So with the amount received and reissued, how much amount received through on reissue of shares. That's what we are going to debit bank account debtor. As you know, to share capital account. Here, with the amount credited as paid up. For example, I will consider 200 shares we are going to reissue. So at par means maybe 10 rupees, same value. So how much it will come as a bank account? 200 into 10 here 2000. Okay, here also same 2000. You understood now? Simple. Exactly at par you are going to reissue. So 200 into 10. So bank account debtor to share capital when reissued at par. That's what the important meaning here. No confusion here. Simply you can get the entry. So whatever is sold on shares, bank account debtor amount received, then transferred to directly share capital account. Here there is no breakup. That directly going to sell 10 rupees entirely, not like that application, allotment, plus call, final call. Because everything is over. But directly reissue at what rate? That is very important. At what rate is here what? Reissued at par. So the entire 10 rupees. Directly 10 rupees, no breakup. Application, allotment like that. You understood now? That's what? It's very important. So bank account data to share capital account. Now, again here. What is the reissued at a price higher than the nominal face value? Nothing but what? At premium. More than the face value. Same example here, I consider, for example here, how much? Same 200 shares, we are going to reissue. The rate of what? 12 rupees. So naturally, what is the meaning here? Price higher than the nominal face value. Face value is what? 10 rupees. And I am going to reissue how much? As a 12 rupees. How the journal entry will be? Same here, see, as a bank account, with the amount received and reissue account data to share capital account to securities premium reserve account. The excess amount, that's what? The excess amount received on reissue over credited as paid up. Now let's see the example here. As a bank account 200 into 12. Okay. So how much it will come? 2400 as a debit you received. 2400 here. As a share capital what? We are going to credit only the nominal value, 10 rupees, isn't it? So 2000. So 2 rupees as a excess money. So here, what is the 2 rupees? 200 into 2. So 400. Now understood? The 400 is what? The excess amount received or reissue over credited as paid. Understood now? See, second one is whenever reissued at premium, how the journal entry for what? Reissued for future options at the rate of more than the nominal value. So bank account data 2400 to share capital account 2000. Here same. The only extra what? To security premium reserve account 200 into 2400. Okay, this amount. Understood now? Now the third classification is very very important. What is that? It is reissued at discount. Discount means we consider even though our face value is 10 rupees, nominal face value, we are going to issue only how much? 8 rupees. The company losing how much? 2 rupees. Now see the journal entry, bank account data, same 200 shares, but reissued at how much? At the rate of 8 rupees. How the journal entry will be? Okay, so 200 into 8, so 1600. So how much company is losing because of reissue for a discount 2 rupees. So here 200 into 2. So 200 into 2, 400. So credited what? To share capital account how much? 2000. Now understood? That's what here very very important. This entry is very very important. Mostly you are going to work only this entry. This type of entry only. Okay. So very rare for at par at premium. So here the bank account data 1600 because we issued only 8 rupees only. So what? At discount. So 208 1600. So the what amount company losing? If that we are going to debit as a discount. Correct. With the discount allowed on reissue. How much? 2 rupees. So 200 into 2, 400. Ultimately going to transfer how much share capital to share capital account 2000. Understood? That's what the importance of making the entry for the reissued at discount. Now understood how the reissued for perpetual shares at par, how the journal entry will be, at premium, how the journal entry will be, at discount, how journal entry will be. But this entry is very, very, very important entry of the discussion, most of the discussion. So at par, we know already very easy one. Here also no confusion. Only excess money are going to credit here. Here only are going to careful how the entry will be whenever for the issued at premium. Discount. Okay, now understood the meaning of reissue of perpetual shares. So what is the meaning? Selling the shares, that were cancelled by the company. Correct. Then how the possibility of discount which should not exceed the forfeited for reissue of shares. Okay. Now we are going to see this further discussion now. Now understood the three different way of at par, at premium, at discount for the journal entry will be. Okay. So now let's see the subsequent discussion. So now let's see under the reissue of forfeited shares. It's a very important discussion, that is the maximum discount, how much are going to allow. It is very important point. See under the heading the maximum permissible discount on reissue of forfeited shares. So you should be very much important how much discount is going to allow as a company for reselling these shares. See, maximum discount that can be allowed on reissue of forfeited share is the amount forfeited. This word is very important. How much you are going to give the discount, maximum discount that can be allowed on reissue of forfeited share is the amount forfeited. How much amount you are forfeited, only that level only. That is the limit for giving discount. Let's see. The reissue price cannot be less than the amount unpaid on forfeited shares. Okay, this word is very important. Cannot be less than the amount unpaid on forfeited shares. Okay. Now see, the next important point. If the company reissues us forfeited shares, allowing more discount than the forfeited amount, so what will happen? Suppose they allow company reissues forfeited shares, allowing more discount than the forfeited amount. What will happen? It will mean issue of shares at discount. Even though it is reissue of shares, if you allow more than the discount for the forfeited amount, it is considered as issue of shares at discount. So naturally what will happen? Which is in violation of section 53. Okay, the section 53 of the Companies Act 2013, what this says, mostly the restricted to issue at discount or issue of shares. Okay, so if you issue the discount more than the forfeited amount, what will happen? The company violate the section 53 of the Companies Act 2013. That's why you should be very careful how much amount are going to give the discount. For example, as a 10 rupees nominal value, maybe we can issue at par or maybe premium. But mostly we can reissue at only discount, only the possibility. Immediately we want get money from the shareholder. Correct. So the time of reissue, mostly the discount can be less than the forfeited amount. Okay, that's what very important point here, these 3 points. So should be very careful when issue for the reissue for issued at discount, the maximum permissible discount. See here, let's see one example here. See, a share of 100 is issued at par. And what will happen? And 40 have been received. So only the 40 rupees only received. On that time what will happen? Company share is forfeited. So we are issued at rupees 1 share, 100 rupees, but how much received? Only 40 rupees. That time the company forfeited. Understood? So in such cases, the maximum discount on reissue of forfeited shares can be how much? Maybe 40 rupees only. This is the amount we received. So you can give the discount only that amount only. Maximum discount on reissue of forfeited shares can be only 40. That's what the amount were forfeited, taken by the company. Okay, that's a very important point here. So it means what the company tried to say, it means the minimum amount that should be received on reissue of forfeited shares should be 60 rupees. See, we want 100 rupees, but we received only 40 rupees. So balance, how much money we can expect? Maybe that's 60 rupees. Okay, less than 60 rupees, there is no meaning for again issue of shares. That's what they're trying to say. It means the minimum amount that should be received on reissue of forfeited shares should be 60. So in other words, the reissue price cannot be less than 60. So you can't issue less than 60, isn't it? So there is no meaning for that issue of shares, reissue of shares. That's what should be very, very important. The discount should be only the amount, forfeited amount, equal to the forfeited amount here. So in such a case, the maximum discount on reissue of forfeited shares can be only 40. Whatever the amount forfeited. That's what. The balance money 60 only you can expect. So we can't issue. It means the minimum amount that should be received on the reissue of forfeited shares should be how much? Only the 60 rupees the balance. In other words, the reissue price cannot be less than 60. So should be at least 60. Cannot be less than 60. That is the idea here. Whenever for maximum permissible discount on reissue of forfeited shares. That's why usually the company going to issue discount on reissue of shares only. They can't reissue maybe at the rate of even 10 rupees nominal value. So it's difficult to sell the same 10 rupees. Definitely they're going to reduce. So how much they can be able to reduce? That is a very, very important point here. The maximum discount allowed. Okay, that's what. With this example, should be very careful whether company can violate section 53 of the Companies Act 2013. Now let's see subsequently. So whatever amounts forfeited, how much you have transferred, what is the balance available? Now see the subsequent discussion for that. So now let's see, it's a very important one. After reissue of forfeited shares, how the balance money are going to be treatment under the transfer of balance in forfeited shares account. So any balance available in forfeited of shares account, what is the effect going to give? Correct. So we can classify into two ways. So when all forfeited shares are reissued. So what is the meaning here? So for example, 200 shares forfeited. Okay. The entire 200 shares reissued. Then any available amount in a forfeited shares account transferred to where? Capital reserve account. That's what the heading here. When all forfeited shares are reissued, what is the entry? Forfeited shares account data to capital reserve account. That means what? Any available balances in forfeited shares account transferred to capital reserve account. You know where it will, capital reserve account will come under the heading of what? Reserves and surplus account. We can see capital reserve account. Understood? So whatever the money available in forfeited shares account, they are simply transferred to capital reserve account. What is the narration here? Being the gain on reissue transferred to capital reserve. Any gain because of a reissue. So earlier we forfeited, then again are going to reissue, difference of that forfeited amount, shares amount, they transfer to where? Capital reserve account. We do the problem, you will understood. Okay, now understood the heading is very, very important. Two different heading. When all forfeited shares are reissued, what is the journal entry will be? Here, the second heading is very, very important. When all forfeited shares are not reissued, for example, here 200 shares are forfeited and the entire 200 shares reissued. But here, what will happen? Forfeited 200. Okay. Forfeited shares how much? 200. Okay. But reissue maybe only 100. In this situation, any money available, transfer of balance in forfeited shares account. How we are going to show? Maybe entry is same. There are also same entry. Forfeited shares account data to capital reserve account. But you have to calculate one important calculation. See, gain on reissue of shares as calculated. You want to calculate. Why? Because they are not going to reissue the entire 200. Reissue only 100. In that situation, how we are going to calculate gain on reissue of shares? Okay. So what is the formula here? It's very, very important one. As a total amount forfeited, how much amount is forfeited? Make it as a numerator. Divided by denominator. Total amount forfeited divided by number of shares forfeited. Should be very careful. So total amount forfeited, here amount divided by how many shares were actually forfeited into number of shares reissued. So here reissued is 100. Okay, that's what very important. So you understood this session. total amount forfeited divided by number of shares forfeited into number of shares reissued. That means what? Fraction of number of shares reissued. What is the exact money, the total amount forfeited that you are going to calculate? Minus the amount with already forfeited, which forfeited shares account was debited the time of reissue of such shares, that you are going to deduct. The balance money only you are going to account it here. Understand? Here, no confusion. Any available balances because of entire share forfeited, once it is reissued, entire 200, is simply the available amount transferred to capital reserve account. But here, forfeited 200, but reissued only 100, so that we are going to calculate one of the very important calculation. How we are going to take the forfeited shares transferred to capital reserve account, what amount we are going to transfer. For that, you want to calculate what? Gain on reissue of share. How the calculation? Total amount forfeited divided by number of shares forfeited into number of shares reissued. That's why we are going to calculate the particular, only the part of reissue. What is the effect of this one? This effect. So minus how much exactly you earlier debited the forfeiture account for amount with which forfeited shares account was debited at the time of reissue of such a share. The difference is only we are going to take amount here. To understand that, you should be very careful here for these two journal entries. For two classifications, should be very careful at the time of reissue whether all the shares forfeited reissued or only the partly reissued. Should be very careful for that. If it is partly reissued, you want to consider this calculation at the end of the how much available money in forfeited shares account transferred to capital reserve account. Okay, you understood the two classification. With the example, only you can clearly understood. Now let's see an example through that we can be able to understood for especially for this one. Okay, now let's see with one illustration. So now let's see with the illustration we discuss about how the transfer of balance in forfeited shares account. Now see the one example here. See the A Limited forfeited 300 equity shares of 10 each as a nominal value, fully called up, held by Krishna for non-payment of allotment money 3 per share and first and final call money of 4 per equity share. So Krishna, one of the shareholder, so non-payment of allotment money of 3 rupees and first and final call of 4 rupees. Okay. So out of this, so how many shares forfeited? 300. Out of this, only 250 shares were reissued. Should be very careful here. To whom? Shyam. For a total payment of 2000 rupees. Past journal entries for forfeiture and reissue. For this example, we are going to learn how we are going to pass forfeiture entry, thereafter how the reissue of the forfeited shares, then any balance available, how much money transferred to capital reserve account. The 3 journal entries are going to pass. Here very important thing, so whatever 300 equity shares forfeited, but only 250 shares will be reissued. Should be very careful here how we are going to pass. Okay. First journal entry what? Forfeiture entry. Okay. So share capital account. See share capital account. Data. How much? 300. 300 may be entirely called up. Okay. That's what totally 10 rupees. So 3000. 2. What are the default? First one for non-payment of allotment. How much? 3 per share. Okay. 2. Share allotment. Allotment account. How much? Same 300 into 3 rupees. Okay. So 900. Similarly, first and final call to share first and final call account. Same 300 into 4 rupees. Final call money 4 rupees. So 1200. So how much money company going to forfeit? To forfeited shares account. To forfeited shares account has 300. They paid maybe only 3 rupees. Correct, the balance. Okay, 3 per allotment, 3, 4 per first and final call. So they apply 3 rupees only. Okay, so 3 rupees. Only company going to forfeit. How much? 900. Now you total it, whatever the 3000, here also 3000, here also 900, 1200 comes to 2100, again 900. So we are accounted share forfeiture entry. Duration being 300 shares forfeited for non-payment of share allotment and first and final call. That's what I am going to write it here. Understood for this journal entry. Okay. Now going to reissue. Second one, reissue how much? As bank account data. Bank account data. They said 2000. So naturally, total amount 2000. So how much reissued? It is 250. Okay. So how much it will come naturally? So 2000 divided by 250. So you should be get per share value is what? 8 rupees. Sorry. So that's what here 8. So what is the company losing as a 10 rupees face value? The company is losing 2 rupees. So we want to debit discounted value, correct? So forfeited shares account. How much? Same 250 into 2. How much? 500. 250 into 2, forfeited shares 500. So how much you are going to transfer? Share capital to share capital account. Share capital account 2500. Understood? This is what our second entry. Reissue entry. Reissued only how many shares? 250. This is very, very important. Okay. Actually, how much forfeited? 300. Reissued only 250. So now, see the credit side 900. Company took the money. 900 rupees. Company how much lose the money? 500. Because of discount on reissue of shares. So the 500 company here debited discount. Here company forfeit the shares. Forfeited amount is 900. So you can't simply minus 900 minus 500 because the entire forfeited shares reissued. Suppose entire shares reissued, can simply deduct from this credit side forfeited shares 900 minus debit side forfeited shares whatever the amount we can transfer to where? Here, third entry. Right? But here it's very important. They not entire shares reissued. They reissued only 250 instead of 300 forfeited shares. In this situation, how we are going to calculate? That's what the formula here. Anyway, third entry what? Forfeited shares account data to capital reserve. How much money are going to transfer because of this situation? When all forfeited shares are not reissued. They reissued only how much? Only 250, not 300. Okay, in this situation, we want to apply this formula. See here, total amount forfeited how much? Total amount forfeited, this is the amount, total amount forfeited, 900. Okay, so 900 divided by number of shares forfeited. How many number of shares forfeited? 300 shares forfeited. Number of reissued how much? Reissued 250. So what is the value? It will come. You cancel, see. You cancel, comes to 750 rupees. For 250 reissue of shares, you got the actual forfeited shares account will be not 900. It is not 900. It is 750. You understood the exact meaning? Now, whatever the amount which forfeited shares account was debited the time of reissue. This is the amount debited, isn't it? So minus 500. So how much you are going to transfer? 250. That's what you are going to transfer 250 here. Now you understood? That's what this exercise is very interesting one. Should be very careful here how to calculate gain on reissue of shares. Whatever the money available in shares per period account transferred to capital reserve account. I repeat once again. See, total amount forfeited 900. This one. How many shares forfeited? Number of shares forfeited 300 into number of shares reissued 250. So we get the, for this calculation, 750. You're going to deduct actually what is the discount value of this forfeited account. This one, this 500. Forfeited shares account, this 500. So difference is what? This 250 transferred to my third entry, forfeited shares account. What is the available balance now? Only the 250 only. To capital reserve account 250. Now understood the importance for this head when all forfeited shares are not reissued. Reissued not all, only 250. Now let's see. Suppose all shares reissued, simply you can deduct. For example, here I can consider 300 means what? Here maybe 300 I can make it. Just the example. Maybe same 8 rupees. I will get how much? 2400. Okay. So my 2 rupees here 300 into 2 become 600. It become what? 2400. This one 300 2400 plus 600 become 3000. Now what is my forfeited value here? See here, forfeited shares 600. If my all shares are entire forfeited shares reissued, say 300, simply this my forfeiture amount is 900, my debit, my company losing forfeiture amount is 600, exactly difference is what? 300. This 300 I am going to transfer to here 300 easily. When all forfeited shares are reissued, no confusion. Simply whatever your forfeited shares credited, forfeited amount, are going to deduct your debit amount, forfeited shares, because of discount on reissue of shares. Simply 900 minus 300, 600, you get it 300 here. But what will happen here? Because not entire forfeited shares reissued, only partly reissued. That means 250 shares only reissued. That's what you are going to calculate this calculation. Then you are going, after the amount calculated, this amount you are going to transfer here. Forfeited shares account it are to capital reserve account. You understood the difference between when all shares are reissued, when not all shares are reissued. That's why the main discussion here, especially transfer of balance in forfeited shares account. That's what we discussed the entire part as on now. After forfeiture, then once the forfeiture, how you are going to reissue? Reissue may be at par, at premium, at discount. Mostly at discount only the possibility. The company definitely going to reissue only the less than the nominal value. If after the reissue, again, whether the company reissued all the forfeited shares or only partly the forfeited shares, how the journal entry will be here. The amount, how much are going to transfer or capital reserve account. You understood? That's what. It's a very, very important part about this discussion. Okay. Now the detailed sums for the next session. Definitely work for covering all the journal entries together. How the comprehensive illustration. With the help of that, you will understood detailedly for the all the one. For example, how to calculate for single sum as a pro rata basis. Once through the pro rata basis, how you are going to take the forfeiture of shares. If it is issued at premium, how you are going to consider. Thereafter, how you are going to calculate reissue of shares. After that, how you are going to calculate the forfeited shares account transferred to capital reserve account. The entire discussion discussed our subsequent session. So I hope that this one is very, very important. After shares forfeited, then after reissue of forfeited shares, again finally how much money transferred to or capital reserve account if it is available in forfeited shares account. Okay. So I hope that you understood some extent, but please making continuous watching of this video only you can be able to understand very clearly, because this is very important session, especially the forfeited shares, then reissue, then transfer to capital reserve. Okay. So I hope that once again, thank you very much.